Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. We have just passed through the secret underground cave to reach Basement 1 of Figaro Castle, and we've been chasing after Gerald here, probably Edgar though. And he seems to be pretty adamant that he is not who we think he is. Been masquerading as the king, or not the king, but the leader of a bunch of thieves. And, well, we can't really go too far into Figaro Castle. We need to go into the basement, into an area which we were actually denied access to earlier on. And that would be the engine room. Basement 2, they call it. Oh, it was awful. Okay. Getting a little hiccup on the emulator. Was it awful? Yes, it was awful. And, okay, the area that we're in is not terribly large, but we do have a number of treasure chests we can pick up. Crystal Helm, Gravity Rod. I'm not sure what the Gravity Rod is, but Crystal Helm is something we can use. Looking at the stat changes, I'm not going to, though. And we have a few monsters that we can fight down here. Let's just kill these things real quick. Oh, perfect. Magic can feel overpowered at times, but I guess it's not really not. Consider a character like Sabin here is capable of doing quite powerful regular physical attacks. And he gains a level. Sweet. There are a few treasure chests over there. Let's pick them up. An ether and an X potion. Sweet. Now, there are two doors I can go through. There we go. That's good enough. One in the center, the one on the left. I checked this area out before I made this episode, so I know I have to go through the one in the center to reach the next part of the storyline, but the one on the left takes me to a new item, which will be quite useless to me at this point. So I'm continuing on. More of the same. Just kill them. Speed up! And here we are, the engine room. Is some weird monster. They're not really getting the point across too well with this visual effect. But there is a monster in this room, and the thieves here seem to be they're trying to get into that room behind the engine room to get their treasure. Ah, comes clean. Boss battle time. Now this is not a terribly difficult boss, so it's not going to be too big of a thing for me to crush it. Just throw powerful magic at it, do all the crap that you would normally do. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Nothing really good there. Just attack. Ah, okay, they apparently have certain weaknesses, like, well, not weaknesses, but strengths against certain elements, so... Oh, shit. Shouldn't have used, that will be fine. Sabin's physical attack here is quite powerful, more powerful than any of the blitzes I think I can do right now. But I gotta be careful not to use ice on that tentacle, because it heals by it. Okay, now that one was healed by fire. And that tentacle is dead now, so let's see which one of these is immune to lightning. And that one's immune to lightning. Discard. Okay, they'll pick up our characters and hold on to them, and apparently they're siphoning away some of their HP while doing this. Okay, that one was not quite amused by the fire. But the one that's immune to ice is dead now, so we can just toss ice at it like crazy. No, Celes wasn't cured by that. Kill it! Okay, just powerful attacks like the chainsaw and stuff will do us good here. Even though that one missed. Come on, don't make me a fool. Get your chainsaw to work. There we go, that was some real damage there. Oh, he doesn't have an Esper, that's right. Oh well. Ah, stop that, that's annoying! Keep snatching up my characters while trying to unleash powerful attacks. What an asshole, man, right? You know? Okay, this should do some damage if I can get the attack off. And it's dead, so we're good. And the one immune to lightning is now down, so we feel free to throw lightning like crazy. And he'll be okay. Although we'll note that their magic skills are not quite as powerful as, like, Celes or Terra. That was not exactly the crazy damage I was hoping for. I have to say, in this fight, Sabin is probably the power of the group. He does the easiest one to do powerful attacks. But they've been snatching him up every couple of rounds, and it's making using him a little bit difficult. He's down now, so let's do this. Hit him! And it's dead. One left, so we're just gonna wail on it. By wail on it, I mean use powerful magic attacks. Ooh, that was powerful. That thing was weak against lightning. Or lightning. Oh my god. Ice. What's wrong with me? Celes learned fire too. Sabin learned poison. Yeah, but they didn't recognize him, apparently. Way to hide in plain sight. They don't see you? Ah, well, they're done. These guys haven't committed any serious crimes. Why'd you throw him in prison to begin with? Okay, we have Edgar back in our party, so let's take a gander at... Oh, his equipment's a little out of date. but we'll be good. Just want to make sure he has an Esper on him. Like, that one looks awesome. No, out of MP. This was the treasure room, and they've taken all of these treasures. Don't know what was in them. Don't really care, apparently. Soul Saber. That is an awesome new weapon for Edgar. It is not an awesome new weapon for Edgar. Okay. Battle power is actually lowered by a good 14 points. Evade is increased by 10 points, but from what I understand by reading what other people have written, I don't know if this is absolutely true or not, but I'll risk it. The evade skill in this game is bugged. It's broken, doesn't work. And the actual magic block is actually what makes up your evade skill. Which may explain why Edgar doesn't seem to be blocking too many attacks, ever. So I'm not going to be using that. Okay, the engines apparently have been fixed. The criminals have escaped. Good, whatever. Who cares? And we have Figaro Castle back. Now, before we go and find our way back up to the... Before we go and find our way back up, we're going to go and pick up a few more treasures. Because, you know, we can. Die! What's wrong with you? Why are you bothering me by existing? I guess this isn't a bad place to catch levels if we want them. Oh, speaking of which, it seems like the characters that we have left behind while moving through the game without them, like Edgar. We just picked up Edgar now. He's been missing for... What was that? Missing for quite a while, but it seems like that their levels have been gaining in proportion to what the characters we do possess have. And this isn't an unusual thing. The Final Fantasy series in particular has shown parts where characters are introduced. Their starting level is like almost based on a formula. In fact, is based on a formula of what the characters you have already, like, for example, an average of all your characters' levels. And that's what the new character is based on. That's what we're looking at right now, I would imagine. Sabin's 29, Celes is 30, so Edgar comes in at 29. This way, when we find Edgar, he isn't stuck at like level 24 or whatever it was that he was at when we had last used him. And Regal Crown. Boom! It's a new piece of armor that I can stick on Edgar or Sabin here. I'm not going to stick it on Sabin though, because it lowers his vigor, speed, even though it does raise some other crap. I'll note that Celes can't use it. That is pretty fantastic. I mean, it lowers defense by 1 point, but everything else gets raised by a small amount, and that's pretty cool. Let's get out of here. I'm debating with myself on whether or not I should end the episode with this, because what else is there for us to do? That honestly, I can't remember offhand what happens immediately next. I'm pretty sure it's not much, so I'm going to continue this episode with the next portion. Make a little bit of a longer one, because by my count it was only an 11-minute episode by the end of the boss battle, so we're... Okay. Okay, that's the end of the short dungeon. And Figaro emerges from the sand of the desert. I guess since it's been able to hide underground. It managed to survive the hell that happened on the surface. Who knows how long they've been underground, and I think actually being underground would be more damaging since the transfer from energy would be coming from every frickin' direction rather than just the bottom, but yeah, it's a video game, let's not worry about that. I'd be a little more concerned about how they managed to build a castle that can move through the sand like a submarine. Oh, Sabin's wandering off. Just, no relics on you. It's just, that's good. Moving quick. Moving quick. Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, Edgar has his own bedroom in this place, but nah, he'll use the common beds. It's been a while since Edgar's been back, isn't it? I think we could actually have taken him back to Figaro Castle a while ago if we wanted to, but this is the first storyline part of the game where Sabin can return. Okay, we have... No, we do not need a rest. Okay, that filled us in a little bit on the backstory between Sabin and Edgar. We had been told back when we first reached the Figaro Castle back in an episode, I guess it was episode 3, that he... maybe it was 4. Who cares? That the two had... after the king and... after the queen and the king died, the one brother, Edgar, decided to stay, while the other brother, Sabin, decided he would rather leave. And I think coin tosses were mentioned, although I can't quite remember. It seems kind of familiar. We didn't really understand that both of them wanted to leave. We just saw that Edgar wanted to leave with Sabin too, but there was a certain loyalty to his father and possibly to the kingdom that they can't both leave, because obviously it was believed that the Empire had gone and poisoned the king and queen, wanted them out of the way, maybe they were dissidents or something, and it was thought that their children would be more cooperative. And Edgar faked that pretty well for a while. But had they both left, Figaro would have probably fallen into the hands of the Empire a lot sooner than it eventually did. So, the idea of Edgar staying behind, being the king, suddenly seems less selfish than it did at first. Not that I would have blamed him for staying anyway. But anyway, we have seen, we have the 22-minute mark on this video, so I will bring it to a close. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.